We are waiting to go live,
Yes.
and we are now live.
Yes. Connected.
All right. Yeah. And for anyone who's tuning in live, I'm toggling back and forth between Zoom and YouTube. So bear with me if we don't see comments right away. All right. So it is Amalia and Stefan coming to you live with We're in This Together relationship readings and guidance and support from the two of us. I'm Amalia with KarmicKindness and
Stefan Dragan from Do Not Hold Back One Bit Ever in Your Life. Do not hold back one bit. And we're in this together to bring some revelation to our own lives and to yours. Hopefully we'll bring some attunement and bring God into it as well. What is God? Compassion, love, understanding, oneness. And we're all in this together, right? So let's be attuned to the same energy of love, justice, and understanding.
So one clarification I want to make for anyone who's listening is that we're not religiously affiliated. This is all about just connecting in together, working together, supporting each other. And one of the key ways to do that and to learn about ourselves and to support one another is through relationship. And it can be a relationship with yourself, a relationship with someone else, a relationship with the world around you, your relationship with the planet, your relationship with the pet. I mean, there's no limit to what this may be for you. So, and, you know, we may use languaging like God, the universe, source, spirit. They're all the same thing from our perspective. And so you just attach to whatever you feel good and comfortable with. And we hope you enjoy our little experiment here in playing together in this relationship sphere for today. So Stefan, do you want to share your card first?
I would love to share my card. Before anything, God is to me definitely the alignment between masculine and feminine, which is what we are trying to bring here, to be a perfect balance and a perfect pair and a perfect attunement to bring clarity to the world. So the first card, which I hope, and bear in mind, I know that will bring so much clarity to us all, including us here. Let's see. We have here, the card is the Ace of Pentacles. And what the card is saying and expressing is, do not forget to be your ace and grow your roots inside of your own self, your own practices. What do we see? Two hands holding what? Holding the divine waters, the divine attunement of being our nourishment, of being our own compassion, of being our own love, and of doing those things that we know that bring grounding to us, those things that we know that bring love to us, these things that we know that we nourish ourselves through, because sometimes we forget that generally we are the ones capable and responsible of our own discipline to be the greatest masters and the greatest responsible with nourishing and grounding our own relationship with ourselves first and foremost, before expecting that someone else will take care of us or someone else will give us that which we know we need to give to ourselves and provide for ourselves. We need to be the ones. We need to be our own heroes. We need to be our own carers. We need to be the ones that provide for us our own divine and holy waters. As we can see here, with two hands, so with everything we got, we need to give to ourselves our own number one priorities. What are our own number one priorities? Even I include myself. What are my own number one priorities? First of all, as I wake up in the morning, I need to ground myself through my own self-love practices, so I make sure that throughout the day, I will not lose myself in everything else that will happen. Because if I make sure that in my first 3 hours of the morning, I take care of myself, everything else will happen out of love for me, not out of an accident. The universe will take care of me. But first and foremost, I need to stay responsible and provide for myself. That's why you see these two hands here. I need to be my own provider. You know, when you go into a river in the mountains and you see a fresh river with fresh water, cold water, in a very hot summer day, what are you going to do? You're going to go there because you're thirsty, and you're going to take the water from that fresh river and you're going to drink. You're not going to wait for someone else to go in the river, take the water and give it to you. You're going to go and provide for yourself. Well, make sure that each morning when we wake up, we go into that river, and with both of our hands, we provide that divine holy water to nourish our soul, to nourish our minds, to ground our body into something that feeds us, nourishes us, and reminds us of who we are, nature itself. So let's ground into nature. What do you see in this, Natalia? I would like to have your opinion and your insight here as well, if possible.
So when I look at that card, I get something similar to what you're saying, but slightly different in that it's two hands supporting in balance, the left, the feminine, the right, the masculine, and there's a sense of support and guidance for, you were talking about that the sphere in the center representing water. So I would say supporting your emotional well-being in order to ground, if the little white tentacles are roots, in order to ground into the earth. So it's a balance of the feminine and the masculine support when going into that emotional space. And the card being upside down, I find in most decks, and I don't know how you read it, Stefan, that there's a special meaning to a card when it's reversed or in protection. And that card is upside down, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
You got it right.
So the way I read that is there's a special emphasis placed on that. Maybe there is an imbalance for you. Maybe you are giving too much or taking too much. Maybe there needs to be a little bit more energy placed on yourself versus others. The way I read it is there's just something that's not quite in balance, which follows suit quite well with the card that came through in the deck that I used. Was that the Ace of Pentacles? Yes.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So, Pentacles, that's Earth. And the ace is the beginning. It's one of the beginning cards. So there's a sense of maybe a fresh start or a new beginning for people within a relationship. So Stefan and I were talking before recording and going live today that this was based on relationship with self, and it can be, but it can also be based on any sort of relationship. So wherever you are listening to this and whatever might be happening in your life, know that this applies to, you'll feel the resonance within you. It will apply to any relationship in your life. So, that's pretty much my take on the card, Stefan.
Great, thank you. I'll be delighted to also find out what is your card at the moment. So
I'm going to share my screen so that everyone can see it clearly, see the card and be able to take it in for themselves. So let me do this.
Yes, the professionals in the building.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
So we have the card To Be Fair, and this is coming from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. And the card To Be Fair, as you can see, is upside down. And it's similarly to Stefan's, it's one that is in protection or reversed, however you want to say that. And I kind of like protection better because it has a little bit of a significance for you to pay attention when it's upside down. When it's right side up, there's still an emphasis, but it's not quite the same. So To Be Fair in protection, the way I receive this card is that as you can see, there's the scales of balance. Even though they're upside down, you see a woman who looks somewhat like maybe she could be a high priestess or someone that has some authority. And she's holding the scales of justice. And she looks almost like she's overseeing something vast and large. And that could be herself, her kingdom. It could be anything, fill in the blank, whatever that is for you. But it's about finding that sense of balance within your life, within your relationships, within yourself. And since it's upside down, there is definitely a highlight of an area where you might not be in balance somewhere. There is an injustice that you see that you want to right. There is somewhere in your life that you feel like you might need a little bit more, what is the word I'm looking for? A little bit more, I keep hearing justice. There's something in your life that you just don't feel like this is fair or this is right. And why is this not working out the way I want it to? Or why did this thing happen to me? It's not fair. And so it's looking at whatever it might be happening in your life as it was an opportunity to see things differently, and maybe an opportunity to balance the karmic scales, to pay a karmic debt, to find your way through in a completely different way that may not feel just in the moment, but know that it is just on some level. And it will reveal itself to you in time. So that's my take on the card. Stefan, did you have some interesting thoughts to share with us?
Yes, of course. Thank you for that. I absolutely love, and it's delightful to see your view on this, because I've seen that on my reading as well. You've brought the completion to everything that I was saying already. So it's like we have a puzzle through each other's points of view, which I absolutely love. I see in fairness, and because we see the card upside down, the fairness that we expect most of the times is from the other, which is where the conflict starts from. Because the fairness needs to start first and foremost from ourselves, in the relationship we have with ourselves, with our own practices. As I was saying earlier, through our practices, we are grounding in the truth of who we are. And when we are no longer doing that, we're going to be a mess throughout the day, and we're going to lose ourselves in the thoughts, energies, or interactions with other people, rather than staying true to ourselves and committed. The fairness here is about making sure that the balance stays in keeping our own promises to ourselves. And I'm going to share an example that I've had recently in my life. I've had a person that has promised about 5 or 6 different things in a very short amount of time. And then immediately after, when she was supposed to fulfill these promises, she has not. All of them. She has broken all of the promises that she has meant to fulfill, so we can have a harmonious relationship. Instead of doing that, she hasn't fulfilled them. Therefore, there's been a lot of disappointment for me, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, because when there are 2 people that have promises with each other and those promises are broken, of course, there's going to be a hurt relationship. Well, in that situation, I'm asking myself, why have I attracted this experience and this situation? And why has this unfairness happened to me, right? Well, if I look into my life, I'm asking myself, what have I promised to myself that I haven't fulfilled? And why is that there's this many practices that I haven't fulfilled? Is it this many promises that I haven't fulfilled? And then the answer is yes. Hello, welcome. Wake up in the morning of your own life, Stefan. This is your life now. We have a lot of promises, and 5 or 6 we haven't fulfilled. Okay, thank you very much for the wake-up call. So this is the fairness that we want to come back to. The unfairness is when someone is doing something to you, but also in that unfairness, there's a bigger fairness, because that person is trying to wake you up to the truth of who you are. Stay with yourself, love yourself, keep your own promises to yourself, and then the other person, even this one that has broken the promises, will become the person that will sustain her promises and will give to you through those promises the synergy that you 2 or you 3 or you 4 or as many as you have a relationship of any kind with will finally get to a balance. So therefore, the unfairness and the fairness is about keeping your promises to yourself, so you do not have an upside down kingdom, meaning waiting for the other person to fulfill your promises, or to fulfill your kingdom, or to fulfill your own inner love, or to fulfill your own inner kindness, or to fulfill your body or your heart or your soul. And make sure you are fair to yourself through saying, I am here for myself. Therefore, if I am fair to myself, and if I am here with myself and stay true to my own word, others will also do the same and will be a reflection of my own behavior with myself. Therefore, everything changes and the unfairness will become fairness. But for that, we need to stay tuned for more. Guys, please subscribe if you haven't forgotten already, because we will have a lot more updates each week about these beautiful, inspired channelings, revelations, readings that we are having for you each and every day we wish, but who knows in the future. For now, it's going to be just every week, every Thursday, right, Natalia?
Why do you keep calling me Natalia, Stefan? You're confusing me?
Amalia. Natalia is
I think you want to change my name. That's not in balance.
It's because it's Italian for me. I told you that in my name, your name is absolutely Italian, and Natalia is the first name that I've heard in my mind.
That's so funny. I'm just messing with you. All right, I'm trying to get my screen share off. So we had a couple of comments. Nancy was on there saying that the ace resonated with her, and that the to be fair card felt like self-balance. And I feel that lines up with what you were saying too, that it really has a lot to do with finding that balance within yourself, not looking outside yourself to bring balance, but really discovering it within your own kingdom of you. So
yes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Natalia.
I know, I was like, I let it go the first time. I'm like, all right, I'm going to make sure everyone knows online. Like, we do actually know each other. This was not just some random thing that we're like, oh yeah, let's do this for fun.
Who are you? I'm Stefano. Just meeting now for the first time ever.
Yeah. I mean, that's
the last. If I'm going to mess your name again, it's probably going to be the last for sure.
That'll be it.
That's it. It's done.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll be every Thursday. I think we've got to find our groove since this is our first official live. We have to look at our calendars and sync up and find the day that tends to work best for us. And we'll let you know. Yeah. So I guess just check back, follow both of us on Instagram. You can follow here, subscribe, and click the little bell to be notified. And so no matter when we go live, you will know. So that's a great way to do it.
We will be there without a fail. We will never disappoint you. At least we will try not to disappoint.
Well, we'll try not to. No guarantees.
Definitely.
No guarantees.
No promises. No more promises.
Yes.
No promises, no disappointments.
So we thank everyone for joining us. You can find me. You can see my handle at KarmicKindness. And Stefan, you want to share where people can find you? I think it's also in the description, but go ahead and give them the 411. Yes.
So we have on Instagram, we have do not hold back one bit. We will add it on the comment section. And also yesterday, I've just made the We're in This Together YouTube page where we will also post this video for you guys to follow and enjoy every fruit of our labor that we do out of love for us all, because we're in this together, right?
We are. And one thing that I always say is we learn from one another. So please share your experiences in the comments. Thank you, Nancy, for chiming in and sharing your thoughts with us, and share with someone that you think may benefit, because you never know what they might be going through quietly, or you may have an inkling something's up, and sharing this with them, it might give them a good laugh. It might give them some solace. It might give them some answers that they're waiting for. You just never know what a difference you can make by just simply sharing. So we hope that you do.
Thank you, guys. Tune in again. Next time we will let you know if we will do such a thing again, such a venture again together, because we have enjoyed it a lot. We definitely enjoyed it. Hope you have too. Give us your comment, give us your like, your thumbs up, your subscribe, and let us know, what would you like more from this? What would you like to improve? What would you like to see different? What would you like to bring to us? Maybe you have some abundance that you want to bring to us so we can enrich our experience together. So yes,
there we go.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you tuning in and seeing us today.
Thank
And
you.
every
Thank
day
you.
for the rest of
Yeah.
your life. Hope you will see us.